Imagine for a moment that you are sitting quietly in a room. The lights are dim, the noise of the outside world fades away, and you are left alone with your thoughts. Where does your mind go? Perhaps it drifts back to the past, to mistakes you regret, to relationships you wish had turned out differently, to opportunities that slipped through your fingers. Or maybe your mind leaps into the future, planning, worrying, wondering, asking, what will happen to me tomorrow? What if things go wrong? What if I fail? This is the story of our lives. We are almost always somewhere else, either trapped in memories or lost in anticipation. And while our minds wander endlessly, one thing quietly slips away: the present moment. The only place where life actually happens. Ram Dass, the author of Be Here Now, knew this all too well. He was once Richard Alpert, a highly respected psychology professor at Harvard University. He had money, prestige, and influence. From the outside, his life seemed complete. But inside, he was restless. There was a gnawing emptiness he could not fill. Success could not silence his doubts. Wealth could not bring him peace. Like so many of us, he was looking outward, searching in achievements, relationships, substances, and ideas, hoping to find meaning. Yet the more he searched, the more lost he felt. His experiments with psychedelics opened temporary doors, but they never gave him lasting freedom. And so his journey took him far from Harvard, far from the halls of academia, into the villages of India, where he met a spiritual teacher who would forever change his life, Neem Karoli Baba. It was there, sitting in the presence of his guru, that Alpert became Ram Dass, servant of God. And from that transformation came one of the most influential spiritual books of the modern era, Be Here Now. This book is not simply about philosophy. It is about awakening. It is about remembering who you really are. It is about returning to the truth that your mind has always overlooked. Life is not somewhere else. It is right here, right now. Ram Dass begins with the central truth that runs through every page of his book. Life only exists in the present moment. The past is gone. The future has not yet arrived. And yet, most of us live everywhere except here. We rehearse old stories, we replay old wounds, we construct imaginary futures, and we miss the miracle unfolding in front of us. To be here now means to wake up to this moment, the sound of your breath, the feeling of your body, the sensation of simply being alive. It means not waiting for tomorrow to bring you joy, but finding it now, in the smallest, most ordinary experiences. Ram Dass reminds us, the next message you need is always right where you are. The wisdom, the healing, the love you are searching for is not hidden in some distant future. It is whispering in the present, waiting for you to notice. One of the strongest barriers to presence is the ego, the false identity we construct for ourselves. Ego is the voice that says, I am my name, my job, my status, my possessions, my relationships. Ego thrives on comparison, control, and fear. Ram Dass explains that ego is not evil, it is simply limited. It is like a costume we wear, a mask that helps us move through the world. But if we mistake the mask for our true self, we suffer. We feel small, fragile, and constantly threatened. The true self is beyond ego. It is the timeless awareness that notices thoughts, that witnesses emotions, that remains untouched no matter what happens in life. To discover this self, we must learn to loosen our grip on the roles we play and rest in the awareness behind them. Imagine a clear sky. The ego is like passing clouds, sometimes dark, sometimes light, always moving. But the sky itself never changes. That sky is your true nature. Be Here Now is not just theory. It is a guide filled with practical tools. Ram Dass emphasizes that awakening is not something we think about, it is something we practice. He speaks about meditation, the simple act of sitting still, observing your breath, and letting thoughts pass like leaves floating down a river. He introduces mantras, sacred sounds like Om Mani Padme Hum, that can focus the mind and open the heart. He talks about service, the act of helping others with love, as one of the highest forms of spiritual practice. Every moment of life can be practice. Eating can be meditation. Walking can be meditation. Listening to a friend can be meditation. The key is awareness. The key is being fully here. When Be Here Now was first published in 1971, it became a cultural revolution. Why? because Ram Dass was one of the first to translate Eastern wisdom into a language Western minds could understand. He didn't reject science. He didn't abandon psychology. Instead, he bridged it with spirituality. He showed that meditation, yoga, and devotion were not strange foreign practices, but timeless methods to free the human heart. He invited an entire generation to look within, to discover the sacred in the ordinary. The book itself reflects this bridge. Its pages are filled with drawings, mandalas, and handwritten notes. It feels less like a textbook and more like a living transmission. Ram Dass wanted the reader to not just understand concepts, but to feel them, to enter an altered state of awareness simply by engaging with the book. At the heart of Ram Dass's message is love. He discovered that the path of the spirit is not about escaping the world, but about engaging with it from a deeper place. To be here now is also to be here for others. When you open your heart, when you serve without expectation, when you see God in everyone you meet, you begin to dissolve the illusion of separation. You realize that helping another is not different from helping yourself, because in the deepest truth, we are all one. Ram Dass himself lived this teaching. Later in life, even after suffering a debilitating stroke, he continued to teach, to inspire, to radiate love. His body weakened, but his spirit grew stronger. He became living proof that presence and love are greater than circumstance. Be Here Now is not just a book you read. It is an invitation to transform the way you live. It tells us that happiness is not hidden in our past, nor waiting in our future. It is right here in the beating of your heart, in the breath entering your lungs, in the eyes of the person standing before you. But to experience it, you must choose. Will you remain a prisoner of your restless mind, forever chasing what was and what might be? Or will you wake up to this sacred moment, to the only time life has ever existed now? Ram Dass leaves us with no complicated formulas, just a doorway. And on the doorway is written 3 simple words: be here now. So I invite you right now, close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, feel your chest rise and fall, and silently say to yourself, I am here, I am now. This is not just a phrase, it is freedom, it is peace. It is the key that unlocks the miracle of life. Friends, don't wait for tomorrow to live. Don't search for meaning in places far away. The treasure you are seeking is already inside you, shining in this very instant. The past has ended. The future is unborn. There is only this. So be here now, and watch as the whole universe awakens within you. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for being here and supporting this journey.